Imagine that wasn't chocolate. Lick it, you freak.
You have to like bite it off.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I honestly didn't think I'd be making a video about this, but here we are. Because Jojo Siwa just gave the internet the most confusing, chaotic, and oddly public breakup scandal of the year. She went from being the Gen Z poster child for queer pride, bows, rainbows, oversized merch, and all, to cuddling a 33-year-old reality TV star on live television, while she still had a girlfriend cheering her on from home. This isn't just a messy breakup, it's emotional cheating, public gaslighting, and a complete brand overhaul, all unraveling in real time. So let's get into exactly how Jojo Siwa, once considered the queen of gay pop, managed to turn Pride Month into a full blown PR nightmare. It all started unbelievably on the very first day of Pride Month. During a live stream inside the celebrity Big Brother house, Jojo revealed that she no longer identifies as a lesbian, something she had publicly embraced for years. Instead, she now considers herself queer.
Jojo Siwa no longer identifies as a lesbian. This was revealed last night on the Celebrity Big Brother live stream when she was having a conversation with Danny Beard.
I think I've always told myself I'm a lesbian, but I think being here, I realized, oh no, I'm not lesbian, I'm queer.
Now listen, there's nothing wrong with evolving your identity. That part is completely valid. But when someone has spent years profiting off a very specific LGBTQ plus label, selling rainbow branded merch and calling themselves the face of gay youth, it's jarring to see them shift gears so abruptly, especially in a setting that also includes cuddling up to a man on national TV. You are flexing her new boyfriend, honors and Christ. That picture makes me feel sick. It looks like when a mother is holding her newborn baby, except it's a fully grown Jojo Siwa. And this wasn't subtle. While Jojo's girlfriend at the time, Kathleen, was at home watching and supporting her, Jojo was growing closer and closer to Chris Hughes, a man best known for appearing on Love Island and peaking in 2018. Inside the house, Jojo's behavior quickly escalated. There's one particularly infamous moment where she licks chocolate off Chris's pants as he eggs her on like they're starring in some weirdly flirtatious cooking show.
Oh.
Come on, Mickey.
Right, lick that off, please. That has to go. Please lick that off. No, like, lick it. Please lick it off. Start there. Imagine that wasn't chocolate. Lick it, you freak.
You have to like bite it off. It's a pretty good job on my behalf.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kathleen, her partner, is likely at home watching this unfold in real time. And despite all of that, Jojo goes on camera and says Chris had nothing to do with the breakup.
So many reasons why my breakup happened. Christopher is not one of them. And I actually told this guy, I was like, maybe it would be easier if he was. But
Sure.
he is not one of them. So if you're gonna share the story, share the story.
The romantic side of the speculation, it paints this picture of like infidelity and paints you as a villain.
Don't paint it out to look like I cheated on you with him, because I did not. I will nail my feet into the ground and I will stand on that ground. I did not, I would not, and I have not. You know what I mean?
That's where most people said, nope, absolutely not. Because while Jojo may claim that nothing physical happened, the entire world just watched her giggle, cuddle, whisper, and spoon this man on a show with 24/7 surveillance. She may not have cheated in the traditional sense, but emotional betrayal that was playing in HD. Let's talk about what happened when the cameras stopped rolling. Kathleen, doing what any loving partner would do, flew to the UK to support Jojo at the live finale. She showed up, likely thinking they'd have a quiet moment to reconnect after weeks apart. But before she could even get back to her hotel room, Jojo dumped her.
I flew here and I went to the live show to show up for my partner and support them in their experience, and then obviously later on address my feelings of like hurt and like work through them like all relationships do. But before I could even get back to the hotel, It's actually crazy. Went to the after party with my, I guess now ex, crazy thing to say, and was dumped in the party.
So, not only did JoJo carry on with another man on TV, she waited until the after party to end things. And instead of apologizing, she doubled down on the idea that there were many reasons for the breakup, not just Chris, as if that somehow made it better. And then came the PR machine. Suddenly, JoJo's Instagram was full of pictures with Chris. Him in her bed, her in his jersey, flirty captions calling him her soulmate. And to justify all this, she leaned into the "I'm just young and figuring myself out" excuse. I'm young. I'm still figuring myself out. No shade, but girl, you're not in high school. You're 21, you've got a net worth in the tens of millions, and your actions are very, very public. This wasn't some innocent discovery phase. This was a very messy, very hurtful series of choices that played out like a soap opera filmed in real time. Now, if everything I've already said wasn't enough to make this whole thing feel a little off, let's zoom in on one major detail that's gotten surprisingly little attention: the age gap. Jojo is 21, Chris Hughes is 33. That's a 12-year difference. And sure, both of them are adults, so legally there's no issue. But in terms of life experience, maturity, and power dynamics, it raises more than a few eyebrows. You introduced him to your parents. He's calling your dad Tuna like. What even is that? Who nicknames their new girlfriend's dad Tuna on national television unless they're either married or completely unserious? It's giving awkward, it's giving too fast, and it's giving red flags wrapped in reality show energy. It's hard to watch this and not feel like JoJo is being love bombed while simultaneously using Chris as a lifeboat to escape the consequences of her very public breakup. But instead of pumping the brakes, she's leaning into this new identity like it's part of her next rebrand. And that's where things take an even weirder turn. After the breakup drama, instead of laying low, Jojo dove headfirst into the one thing she still had full control over: her music. Except she didn't just release a new single. She announced the launch of an entirely new genre of music that she calls Gpop.
Start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called Gpop. Songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own Miley Cyrus. Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus. Karma. It's that world of music.
Yes, you heard that right. Jojo Siwa says she invented a genre, one that supposedly includes songs from Lady Gaga and Miley Cyrus. Songs that, let's be honest, already belong to existing genres and artists who've been pioneering queer pop for over a decade. And it gets even worse. Her first Gpop release was a pop remix of the literal nursery rhyme, "Are You Sleeping, Brother John?" but dressed up in glossy visuals, seductive stares, and what can only be described as Cocomelon meets club remix vibes. Her fans didn't know whether to dance or cringe. She turned "Are You Sleeping, Brother John" into a pop track and tried to make it sexy. There's a huge disconnect here. JoJo's core fan base grew up watching her on Nickelodeon. They remember the sparkly bows, the high ponytails, and the family-friendly messaging. But now, she's serving sultry poses over nursery rhymes while simultaneously denying that she's trying to be edgy. And her defense? Once again, it's that she's young and exploring. But at some point, exploring turns into exploiting, especially when your audience is still figuring out how to process the whiplash. And that brings us to where things stand now. JoJo's fans are split. Half of them are still trying to defend her, repeating the usual "she's only 21" line as if age makes emotional damage magically disappear. The other half, they're over it. They feel lied to, misled, and disappointed. And honestly, I don't blame them. Because Kathleen, her now ex, did everything right. She supported JoJo, flew across the world, stayed loyal even while watching her girlfriend snuggle another man on camera, only to be dumped and gaslit in front of millions. Kathleen later opened up about how the experience made her feel silenced, confused, and emotionally drained. It stole her voice, confused her sense of reality, and made her feel like useful content. And JoJo's only response to all that pain: there are bigger fish to fry. There's bigger fish to fry. Really? After all of this, the betrayal, the gaslighting, the emotional damage, that's the note you want to leave on. At this point, Jojo Siwa isn't just facing criticism because she broke up with her girlfriend. She's facing backlash because she broke trust with her partner, with her audience, and with the queer community that supported her from the very beginning. When you've positioned yourself as the face of something, especially something as personal and vulnerable as queer identity, you don't just get to walk away from it like you're changing outfits between sets. She didn't just rebrand, she erased what she stood for without explanation during Pride Month while cuddling a man twice her age on TV. Then she tried to spin it into a feel good, coming of age redemption arc and hoped that we'd all buy into it because she added sparkles and called it Gpop. But here's the truth: glitter doesn't cover up damage. It doesn't heal the person you emotionally blindsided. It doesn't rewrite the footage we all saw. And it definitely doesn't excuse turning someone's heartbreak into a promo tour for your next single. This isn't about canceling JoJo, it's about accountability, about recognizing that being young doesn't excuse emotional harm, about remembering that if your public platform is built on authenticity, you owe it to your audience and the people you claim to love to show up with honesty, not just branding. So, to wrap it up, Jojo Siwa didn't just fall from grace, she did a rhinestone nosedive right through it. From being the rainbow icon of a generation to emotionally cheating on live television and then calling it growth. But this isn't evolution, it's escapism in glitter boots. And maybe, just maybe, it's time she steps off the stage. Not forever, but long enough to clean up the mess she made. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you whiplash, I feel you. Go ahead and hit that like button if you made it to the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know you have opinions. And if you want more deep dives like this, don't forget to subscribe. This drama might be covered in rhinestones, but trust me, we've got plenty more to unpack.